Alright, so we finally have Jedi Master Mace Windu's kit available, which means he'll be coming to the game pretty dang soon. We still are missing one of his prereqs, so he's not going to be super soon, but getting there, getting pretty close. Anyhow, I already did the developer's insights. Initially, I thought I was going to be able to do this all in one video, but it ended up being kind of long just for the developer's insights, so I was like, yeah, we're going to split this up. So, here's the better video, the kit reveal. Hopefully, this mace is actually good. The original mace we have, I should say, he sucked back in the day. He had 4 moves, well, 2 moves, a leader ability, and a unique, and he just sucked. Then they reworked him. They gave him 2 more moves, he gained 3 Zetas, some of his existing moves were reworked, and he gained an Omicron. That's a lot, that's a massive upgrade, and yet, he still sucks. Nobody uses Mace. I don't even think anybody really uses him in, what is it, Territory Wars with his Omicron? Like, it's just, he's so useless still. And it's unfortunate, because he should be good. He is a Grand Master. He's up there on the same level as Yoda. And yet, he sucks in this game. So hopefully, at least this new Jedi Master Mace is good. It's kind of frustrating that we need to get a new character so we have a good mace, but a new character is better than nothing. So anyways, let's just get into that kit reveal. Alright, so his basic move, no surprise here, Shatterpoint. That's what he's all about, is Shatterpoint. I mean, that's in his original version that we already have in the game. He has stuff all about Shatterpoint. Even his Omicron's all about slapping down Shatterpoint on enemies and stuff. So anyways, Shatterpoint looks like it's just kind of like a basic hit. His robes are, geez, they're huge. Look at that sleeve. Anyways, final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy, and if all allies were Jedi Vanguard at the start of battle, inflict them with Shatterpoint, excluding raid bosses and GLs, until the end of encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. If they already had Shatterpoint, reduce the cooldowns of all Jedi Vanguard allies by 1. If they had at least 1 stack of investigation, Mace gains speed up for a turn. Now we have Decapitation Strike, cooldown of 4 with a Zeta. Obviously, I would like to think, obviously, this must be inspired from when he decapitated Jango. And then Dooku looked on like, oh, it's not really as visceral as it was versus Jango, though. It's kind of disappointing. He just kind of like, I hate you, probe droid. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy, and all Jedi Vanguard allies gain tenacity up for 2 turns. If the target enemy was in the leader slot, this damage is doubled. All enemies are inflicted with doubt for 2 turns, and all enemies who already had a stack of investigation gain another stack, max of 5, for 2 turns. If the enemy in the leader slot was already defeated, doubt can't be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. If the target enemy was revealed, this damage is tripled. That's pretty cool. Doubled if it's leader and tripled if they were revealed. Actually, that doesn't even have to be the leader, right? It just says if the enemy was revealed. So it can be anybody that's revealed. I mean, it triple the damage. I don't know how hard this move hits regularly, but hey, tripling the damage can't hurt. The Hammer of Ryloth, cooldown of 4, and it has an Omicron. But no Zeta? That's kind of goofy. Alrighty, first pulls the Kylo Ren by pointing with the lightsaber, and then does like a force move instead. Which seems like it gets countered by the probe droid. Look, he does his move and then probe droid shoots back. Final text. Dispel all debuffs on all Jedi Vanguard allies and deal physical damage to all enemies. All Jedi Vanguard allies gain offense up for 2 turns. If the target enemy had at least 1 stack of investigation, call Depa Billaba to assist. If the target enemy was revealed, call all Jedi Vanguard allies to assist, and if Depa Billaba is an ally, she assists again. Okay, so this kit, I mean, this mace has a lot of synergy with a lot of specific characters. This move right here is specifically calling out to Depa Billaba. Aalya Secura's kit was reworked to include a new unique that has heavy synergy with Jedi Master Mace. Yeah, I mean, on one hand that's cool, but on the other hand, I don't like moves like that force you to have specific characters. I mean, if the specific characters are decent, then fine. But otherwise, like, this sucks. You have Ayla and this Depa character already with Mace now to, like, maximize his kit. And Ayla, I know, sucks. What if Depa sucks? And, like, they're forced to have these because, oh, well, there's certain synergies that we gotta utilize under Mace. It's, okay, well, I don't want to have a sucky team to be able to utilize certain synergies. I don't know. Anyhow, while in Territory Wars, so this is the Omicron portion, reduce the defense of all enemies by 20%, stacking, until the end of the encounter, and inflict all revealed enemies with healing immunity and protection disruption for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. And all enemies who already had a stack of investigation gain 2 stacks, max of 5, for 2 turns. I gotta say, that's kind of disappointing for an Omicron. Jeez, so they have 2 Maces now with kind of sucky Omicrons. The original Mace's Omicron is not that juicy, and this one just, alright, cool. I mean, I guess the best part of this is healing immunity. Otherwise, I mean, defense down 20% stacking, I guess, is good, but I don't know. Maybe it's okay. It just doesn't feel Omicron level. Omicron's, every time I hear Omicron, I think next level. And it's made to be next level because it's application specific. So when you hear one that sounds kind of mid, it's just like, alright, cool. Anyways, unique one, Arrest Warrant, has a Zeta and an Omicron. Hopefully this Omicron's good, we'll see. At the start of battle, Jedi Vanguard allies gain Foresight for 1 turn. Mace ignores taunt effects for 1 turn, and if Depa Billaba is an ally, Mace gains 30% max health and 15 speed until the end of the battle. See, now that's what I'm talking about. If Depa is an ally, Mace is going to gain extra stuff. The problem is, though, is if Depa sucks, then what's even the point? Just so that way then Mace only can gain these extra speed and health, you know what I mean? No one else is getting the bonus, it's just Mace. So it's like, okay, if I don't have a Depa, then he's not gaining that extra health and speed. Whatever. Anyways, Omicron. It says, if all allies were Jedi Vanguard at the start of battle, whenever the enemy in the leader slot is defeated, inflict all enemies with low morale for the rest of the encounter, which can't be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. And whenever an enemy dispels a debuff, Mace dispels all debuffs on himself and inflicts all enemies with buff immunity for 1 turn. Whenever an enemy becomes revealed, all Jedi Vanguard tanks taunt for a turn, which can't be dispelled, and Mace gains a bonus turn. During this bonus turn, he ignores taunt effects. Well, at least he can ignore taunts, that's good. Taunts are always annoying, so it's cool when you have characters that can get around that, and he sure can. Oh, there was a little bit more still. Oh wow, there's a lot more actually. What the heck? Hold on, this isn't part of the Omicron yet. My bad, this is just normal. Okay, that's cool. So continuing, I guess. Mace deals bonus true damage against revealed enemies. This damage can't defeat enemies. Well, that sucks. True damage is good, but if you can't defeat them, then what's the point? Whenever Mace deals damage to an enemy with at least 1 stack of investigation, inflict them with provoke for 1 turn. Low morale. That's minus 25% defense, health, offense, and speed. Now, the Omicron portion. While in Territory Wars, at the start of battle, Jedi Vanguard allies ignore taunt effects for 1 turn. Okay, that's everybody, so that's good. During Mace's bonus turn, whenever an enemy becomes revealed, reset the cooldowns of Mace's abilities. Mace gains 30% offense, stacking, and 10 speed, stacking, whenever revealed enemies are defeated, until the end of the encounter. Whenever Mace is damaged by a revealed enemy, or by an enemy with at least 1 stack of investigation, he recovers 5% health and protection once per turn, gains 5% turn meter once per turn, and he inflicts them with speed down for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with Shatter Point, all Jedi Vanguard allies gain riposte for 1 turn. So, in the Developers Insights portion of things, it said that this Mace has high potential to have high damage output, and I see how that works, especially with the Omicron, because every time that an enemy with revealed is defeated, he gains 30% offense. So if everybody has revealed, then you just keep killing him. As each one dies, he's gaining 30. One enemy dies, gains 30. Second one dies, gains another 30. Third one dies, gains another 30. So now he's up to plus 90% offense after 3 enemies are killed. So, He's just putting on, I was going to say he's getting tanky, but he's getting the opposite of tanky, whatever that would be. A tacky? I don't know. Alright. So that handles that. Okay, so the first Omicron sounded like it sucked. This portion on the Omicron, not bad. Let's see how the leader Omicron is. Maybe 2 for 3. And then at least it's way better than the original Mace's Omicron. So, leader, Solver, has a Zeta and an Omicron. Final attacks. At the start of battle, Jedi Vanguard allies gain 20% critical chance, critical damage, and offense, and 10 speed. You get a 10 speed bike, and that comma is way off. It's supposed to be offense comma, not offense space comma and. If there is an active ally, Depa Billaba, she and Mace gain double these stats. Okay, I don't know what is up with this Depa, but they are putting a lot of synergy with Mace here. Jeez. But they gain double these effects, so that's cool. I don't know who Depa is, but there is quite a bit that Depa's offering Mace, so maybe it's worth it to definitely have that character on your squad so Mace can get all these extra bonuses from this character. The extra health, the extra speed, the extra critical chance, critical damage, offense, speed. Anyhow, if all allies were Jedi Vanguard at the start of battle, which I would imagine they would be, why wouldn't they be? Defeated enemies can't be revived. Oh, that's good. And whenever a Jedi Vanguard ally uses an ability on their turn, while no other enemy has a stack of investigation, target enemy gains a stack of investigation, max 5 for 2 turns. Whenever an enemy attacks out of turn with at least 1 stack of investigation, blind them for a turn, which can't be evaded or resisted, and they gain another stack of investigation, max 5 for 2 turns. And one thing I was just thinking about, it says defeated enemies can't be revived. Does that work against like the Night Sister squad? I'm not worried about Night Sister, you know, they're not really as much, well, the old Night Sisters, I mean, the new Night Sister squad's still a pain on the cock, but the old one, that's, you know, that's no big deal, we know how to defeat that. But I was just saying, for the purpose of, like, argument's sake, how does that work? Like, if you defeat the zombie, it's still gonna come back, right? Like, this doesn't override that. Or, like, how they sometimes revive temporarily to offer assists, that would still happen, right? Or does that not happen? Since they were defeated, do they not come back temporarily and do assists? And since they were defeated, or since the zombie was defeated, does it not come back? How does this... I don't know. I mean, I've seen this text several times in other kits, but I've never thought of it this deeply to ask this question. And I've never paid attention while in a battle to be able to see what this does. So I really don't know. Anyways, still the actual leader ability, not the Omicron portion yet. We have, whenever an enemy gains 5 stacks of investigation, they lose all stacks of investigation, dispel all buffs on themselves, and they become revealed, which can't be copied, evaded, dispelled, or resisted until the end of the encounter. If an enemy defeats a Jedi Vanguard ally with at least 1 stack of investigation, they instantly become revealed. Wait, what? If an enemy defeats a Jedi... Oh. If an enemy... Oh, okay, that's cool. Instantly become revealed. Which then, if Mace turns around and kills that enemy, now he's just gaining... It's like he's getting retribution for the ally that was killed. Because now he's gaining the 30% bonus offense and all that. GLs and Sith enemies can't be revealed. GLs, it's a go figures. GLs are made to be way OP and stuff. The Sith is kind of annoying, though. It's like, what a weird exclusion. I mean, I get it. I 100% get it, because, you know, this Papa Palp was working behind the scenes, and even when Maul showed up, they didn't detect him. They said, oh, it's been trained in the Jedi arts. I think it's a Sith. Like, they didn't even know. So it makes sense, but it's just like, ugh, that's so weird. Like, a whole faction that he's, like, ineffective against. Anyways, enemies lose 15% critical damage per stack of investigation. Revealed! They're immune to investigation stacks. They have minus 75% critical damage. They can't go stealth. They can't attack out of turn. And they are exposed for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted at the start of each unit's... That doesn't need to be apostrophe, that's just... Or does it actually? Maybe it is, never mind. Probably is, it just looks weird. Turn, if they didn't already have it. Enemies can ignore taunt effects to target this unit. So one thing I'm thinking is, it says that you can't gain stealth. So what if, like, an R2 situation, would that not work? When he puts a smoke screen up, you wouldn't be able to get stealth because you can't? Or would his move override that, since it's like a forced stealth? I mean, I guess that's not a stealth per se either. That's more just like a smoke screen. I don't know. Anyways, investigation. Increased effects from abilities that utilize investigation. Only one enemy can gain investigation at a time. Okay. Alright, now the last Omicron. Again, obviously in Territory Wars. If Jocasta Nu is an ally, so now we got another character that has weird synergy. She gains 100% defense, max health, and max protection, and she can't be targeted until Jedi Master Mace Windu is defeated. Jedi Vanguard allies can't be instantly defeated. What? Oh, that's with the Omicron. I was going to say, is that normal? But yeah, I guess the Omicron could do that. So that means Nihilus can't instantly defeat you. What about, something like, what's his name? Mandalorian's insta-defeat his gun thing. Like, that wouldn't work? I'm just wondering, because, like, if you take this into, like, a real-life situation, that gun just instantly obliterates you. It turns you into dust, kinda. So how would you be able to circumvent that? Just because, oh, well, I'm a Jedi Vanguard, so it doesn't do that to me. I still live with 1 HP. I don't get it. Anyways, that's cool for Jocasta. She can't be targeted until Jedi Master Mace is defeated. This is almost like a Mon Mothma situation. You know, you can't really attack her. And you can get her with, like, AoEs and stuff, but otherwise you can't directly attack her. That's like this. As long as the mace is there, you can't touch me. Whenever a Jedi Vanguard ally gains Deflective Ward, all other Jedi Vanguard allies gain Deflective Ward until they receive damage. Jedi allies gain 10% mastery per revealed enemy, 20% if they are Jedi Vanguard, until the end of the encounter. If there is a ally Jedi Knight Anakin, he does not gain the mastery increase. Whenever an enemy gains a stack of investigation, Jedi Vanguard allies gain 1% mastery, stacking until the end of each encounter. Okay, first off, I get the joke here about Jedi Knight Anakin not gaining the mastery increase, because, get it, he's not a master. So it's just a stupid little CG joke here. But at the same time, I mean, it's kind of pointless, because Jedi Knight Anakin never would be on the team, because he's not a Jedi Vanguard. And this is specifically for Jedi Vanguard characters only, so it doesn't matter about it being Jedi Knight Anakin or anybody. Anybody that's not Vanguard isn't going to get these bonuses regardless. But anyways, whenever an enemy gains a stack of investigation, Jedi Vanguard allies gain 1% mastery, stacking until the end of each encounter. Jedi Vanguard allies take 5% reduced damage from enemies with a stack of investigation, 15% if they are revealed. That's weird, because investigation can go up to 5, right? So that means they would take 25% reduced damage. But when they're revealed, that's like the next stage of investigation. And it basically goes down 10%. Now it's only 15% if they're revealed. Kind of seems like a ripoff. GLs can now be revealed. Wow, the first time that they fook with the GL. GLs have always been just ridiculously OP, and they finally have a move somewhere where GLs can kind of be semi-less OP'd by being able to be revealed. Except for Sith ones. You know, C can't be revealed still. So that's the only GL still GLing, basically. Well, this is a complicated kit, because on one hand, I would say it does sound way better than the current mace that we have, which is good. I do like his Omicrons. His first Omicron was very disappointing, but the next two were actually pretty solid. You know, the second one was really good. And this leader one, not bad. Kind of sucks that it's, where is it, Territory Wars? I'd rather it be Territory Battles if they want to choose something for Territory. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. It is decent, though, which is nice. But the only thing I would say that I don't like about his kit is it feels very heavily reliant on other characters. There's this one right here under the leader with Jocasta Nu. And then there's all the stuff with Dabu, or whatever the thing's name, Babu, and all those Depa Billaba, you know, all those boosts that he gets because of this character. And then with Aalya Secura's rework, there's a lot of boosts there, as long as Mace is in the leader slot and all this. So it feels like if you use Jedi Vanguard characters and not those 3 specific ones are on the team, you know, you don't have Depa, you don't have Aalya, and you don't have Jocasta Nu, then I don't really know how good Mace is going to sound. He'll still be decent. I mean, there's a lot of synergy with Jedi Vanguard in general, but it's just not as good as all the boosts that these other characters are adding, so I don't know. It's slightly disappointing that you're basically being forced into a specific team with Jedi Master Mace. Did you just have one slot open after this? One slot, so you can put in any random Jedi Vanguard there. Like, oh, cool, I get to choose one character. Thanks, cool kit. Anyways, let's see what the community thinks. Why not just rework Aalya? Lazy as ever, CG. What? I don't understand. They did rework her. They added a new move. Unless they're saying in general, why not rework the whole thing? I mean, she could use an overall rework. She sucks. Her leader ability is trash. It's like a joke. Nobody's ever going to use Aalya as a leader. Why would you? I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I know it ain't anything that good. It's kind of like Grandmaster Yoda. His leader ability is kind of trash, too. It's like, come on, this is Yoda. Are you serious? Give him a better leader ability. So I don't know if that's what they're saying. Like, why not just rework her instead of adding a stupid new move? I mean, I'm not a fan of her new move. It's cool on one hand because now she gains a Zeta because of that move. And, you know, it's a new move. But at the same time, it's extremely 100% application specific to this new Mace. So it really doesn't do anything overall. If you don't have Mace in the leader ability, this new move and her Zeta don't matter at all. They don't do anything. So I guess that's what they're saying, rework her. That way then it matters no matter what, not just, oh, she's under Mace, now it works. But they will. They said they are laughing my ears off. Keep reading. Try reading, I mean. Yeah, I don't know, I just explained it. And I'm just saying what this person might have meant. You don't consider her new lengthy, unique ability a rework? I just explained all this, no. Seems impactful to me and ties in nicely with her with her existing 2 abilities, but lifts the new Vanguard team quite a bit. It's a bit unfortunate that her rework is tied exclusively to Jedi Master Windu lead, though. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, and I think that's what the first person is saying, too. Like, rework her. Don't just make it so you add a move that's 100% application-specific to this new Master Windu, because without Mace in the leader slot, her new ability does nothing. So it's not really a rework. So this idiot, where was it? Oh, you know, right here, this guy still. You don't consider her new lengthy, unique ability a rework? Not really. You just slap the new ability on her that does nothing unless this character right here is in the leader slot. That's not really a rework. A rework means the whole thing. You know what I mean? That's like if somebody was talking about rework, you know, getting their I don't know, an apartment redone, and it's like the only thing that changed was the tenants. Oh, you don't consider a new family in there to be a rework? No, everything else is the same refrigerator, same sink, same wallpaper, same everything. Just because new people live there doesn't mean it's changed. Anyways, dang, I was really expecting it. He's too dangerous to be left alive in the kit somewhere. Love the Glass Abyss reference, though. You know, one thing I don't like is they made it so that way then Mace really doesn't have any synergy against Sith, but he kind of was good against Papa Palp. They should have made him actually be like OP against Sith, actually. I mean, if it wasn't for Anakin interfering, Mace would have destroyed Papa Palp, and that would have been the end of it. And there would have been no Empire, and all those extra movies would have never happened. And I mean, they would have happened, but you know what I mean. And if Star Wars was real, if Anakin didn't intervene, then Mace would have killed Palpatine. So it's kind of weird to give him no synergy against Sith when he's really good against Sith. Approximately when will we be learning that the older characters will be eligible in the Order 66 Raid R? Okay. I think what this person is trying to say is the new raid that we're getting, they're asking when will we know which characters are going to be eligible? Because, you know, each raid only has, well, each of these newer raids only have so many characters that are available to be entered. So I think that's what they're asking. We'll find out soon enough. Who cares? The raid's not here yet. Deal physical damage to target enemy, and if all allies were Jedi Vanguard at the start of battle, inflict them a shatter point. Okay, this part is oddly worded and a bit confusing. I don't think so. It says deal physical damage to target enemy, and if all allies were Jedi Vanguard at the start of... Oh, it says inflict them. I see what they're saying. They're confused because it says inflict them, so it sounds like Jedi Vanguard, your allies are going to get shatter point, and it's like, wait, what? But no, this is just CG with their stupid, you know, lib speaking. They're saying them, meaning the enemy. Even though it's one enemy you're going after, of course they gotta use the plural language. But anyways, so each time Jedi Master Mace Windu does his basic, assuming it isn't on a GL or a raid boss, is it just the target enemy getting shatter point, or is it all enemies? Or is it his squad of Jedi Vanguard? The wording leaves it open to interpretation. No, I think it's just the one enemy, but, you know, we got stupid libs here at CG that can't speak in normal, everyday, regular language. I gotta make it all confusing and use stupid lib terms, so, you know, single individuals become plural for some reason with they, them, and all this. You know, you're talking about Jocasta Nu, but you can't say she, you gotta say they. Anyways, new Mace's sleeves look ridiculous. Hey, that's funny, I made fun of them too. Nice. Why Ayla? Why not my boy Kit Fisto? Oh man, Kit Fisto needs a rework too. Kit Fisto is cool, but he sucks. He's so bad I've never even worked on him in this game, and I don't really care to. I figure, what's the point? It's not going to bring anything to the table to work on this crappy character. Ayla's complete trash too, but I think in the grand scheme of things, isn't Kit Fisto a lot more influential than Ayla is / was? So, you do have a point there asking for Kit. Anyways, there's more, but that's good enough. We get the general gist of what the community's thinking. Overall, seems like a fairly decent kit. Way better, I feel like, than the existing Mace. I don't like how it still doesn't feel as good as it should be, considering this is Grand Master. This feels a lot like it's heavily inspired by Episode 3 and all that, which, I mean, I guess he's supposed to be. But still, would have been cool just to have, like, some super OP Mace. Not one that's all Jedi Vanguard. Oh my god. And I have specific synergy with 3 other characters, so I really leave you no options for customization. I don't like that. But at least he sounds way better than the current Mace. And considering that he's a legendary character, he better be way better. I mean, the other Mace is just a regular marquee freemium character that you kind of get early in the game. So hopefully he is as good as he sounds like he may be. His omicron's not bad either. Just sucks that his territory war, but what are you gonna do? And, yeah, I guess that is all I got. So, thanks for checking this out with me, and until the next one, I said see ya.